I'm thinking this morning about the difference between happiness and satisfied. And you might think that they run pretty parallel paths, but for me, they're wildly different. And as I continue to create more content, I want to make sure that people don't think that I'm holier than thou or that I've got it all figured out. Because this is a big struggle for me. I'll give you a couple examples. Growing up, I would say I was a pretty good basketball player. I could get some buckets, and I could get done with a game, score 30, and a friend of mine or somebody could say, "Hey, great game, Zach. That was great. You're pouring it in." And shortly thereafter, I can guarantee you that I would say, "Yeah, it was." But I missed a free throw. There was that 10-footer that I could have made, and there was an open three that I missed. That 6. Could have been 40. Unsatisfied in the pursuit. And you might say, oh yeah, that's a one-off example. I'll give you another one that happened here just recently, a couple months ago. I think the date was actually July 3rd. A storm blew through, and some friends of mine that live around the golf course were like, hey, let's go out and play. It's 7 o'clock. It won't be dark until after 9. Let's go out. And so we went out and played. We got 9 holes in, and not to read the scorecard verbatim, but I went par, eagle, par, birdie, par, birdie, birdie. And we got done, and a friend of mine was like, did you just shoot 31? Were you 5 under? And I was like, yeah, I was. Easiest round of golf I've ever played in my life. And then not shortly thereafter, I said, what's interesting about that is on 4, I had a 12-footer. A friend of mine was about a foot or two outside of me. I saw the exact line because it had rained. And if you guys have ever played golf, you can literally see the track of the ball. I knew exactly where the putt was going to break, and I missed it. And I had a 14-footer on 7. And I'm sitting there saying, I could have shot 29. And so that's a slippery slope of my personality, right? I've worked to try to pause, maybe not take the throttle immediately down to 0, but pause and be happy. And I'm working on that. It's something that is a long ways away from me, but then also the other sharp end of that sword is my ambition. And just being unsatisfied in the pursuit. And so it's somewhat trying to moderate between those two, trying to find happiness every day, being grateful for what I have without a doubt, but then knowing that the ambition part of it, the pursuit, is something that I love. It fuels me. And so I've got to stay on that side of the fence as well in terms of being unsatisfied. So again, far from perfect here. But when you're thinking about your day, it's a Friday for me. When you're wrapping up your week, whether you're watching this in the car or you're at home, take a moment, maybe get off the throttle a little bit and say, what do you have to stand to be happy or grateful for? And happiness is a very different word than satisfied. I was reading something the other day from a friend of mine. Ty had posted, and it was about a guy from Ritz-Carlton, and that good is the enemy of great. And I don't know that happy is the enemy of satisfied. But maybe damn good is good enough as we progress to great and being satisfied in that pursuit. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Go get it. Get your happiness. And don't be satisfied.